It is time for the highly requested, literally one person asked, we're doing it again, scavenger hunt time. If you have never seen one of these videos before, it's a super simple concept. We have 10 prompts. For each prompt, we pick a book, and that book leads us to the next book, and then the final book, the 10th book, is the book that we read. It's a fun way to pick a random book and to get through what is becoming my quite large physical TBR. I have done this, I think, twice before. I will link a playlist above with the previous ones in. Right, let me find my prompts. I'm going to use the same ones as last time, but I think this might be the last time I use these. I might try and mix them up. So if anyone has any prompt ideas, please leave them in the description. And then maybe next time I do this, I could do one with all of your guys' prompts. That would be really fun. But for the time being, we're using mine. We have 10 prompts, 10 books, and we're going to find out what we're reading next. So the very first prompt is find your favourite book of last year and find a book you would recommend to someone who likes that book. The two previous times I've done this, I used The Push by Ashley Audrain. Oh, you can't see that. And Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. So I'm going to try and pick a new book to start with. So what is a book that I gave 5 stars last year? I think I'm going to go for The Long Walk by Stephen King. I'm pretty sure I read this last year. I think my second Stephen King that I ever read, and I think it still stands, even having read more, I think it still stands as my favourite. I also just heard that they're making a movie, so that is exciting. This is a psychological dystopia about these guys who go on a long walk, and it's kind of like Last Guy Standing. The second you stop walking, you are shot. It's a fight to the death dystopia. I do have something in mind, I think I have to do it. It's the one that comes to mind straight away. To anyone who enjoyed this book, I would recommend The Hunger Games. I'm sorry I have to do it. And do you know what's funny? There is a Stephen King quote on the front of this. They're not like completely similar. The Hunger Games definitely has way more of like a heavy plot going on. The Long Walk is definitely more psychological, but both excellent. So we're gonna go for The Hunger Games. I won't bother giving you a plot synopsis, I'm assuming we all know. So, prompt number 2. Oh no. Okay, I think this might be difficult. Find a book published in the same year as the book you are currently holding. This says it was first published in 2008. I am immediately gonna check Divergent, just because we all know that they were a similar era. No, 2011. Okay, I'm gonna refer to Goodreads. I'm so stupid. I am looking at the date that I read them, not the publication year. It says it underneath and I'm like, why are all of these 23 and 24? It's because that's when I read them. Still nothing though. Okay, we're going with what is closest, which is 2007, which is The Book Thief, which I have still not gotten to yet. It is on my 24 books to read in 2024, so would like to get to this at some point, but today may not be that day, but this is the next book. The third prompt is count the number of letters in this book's title, then pick a random spot on your bookshelf and count that number of spaces. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are going to go from, pick a random spot, we're going to go from, I don't know, why am I overthinking this? We're going to go from here. Can you even see that? Yeah, and we're going to go 12 along. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have another Stephen King. We have Pet Sematary. I feel like I'm picking out some really random books today. This is another one that I may have not read yet. I very, very recently read Carrie, and I kept telling everyone how scared I was to read Carrie, and everyone without fail in my comments said, oh, Carrie's not that bad. Pet Sematary, on the other hand, terrifying. So, a bit scared for that one. Prompt number 4 is find a book with the same or most similar initials as the author of the book you are currently holding. We have SK. I'm getting real deja vu. I'm pretty sure I've had this exact prompt before with this exact author. So we can do one of two things. We can just pick another Stephen King book, or we can try and find another author with SK. Let me sort my Goodreads by author this time. Okay, we have no other SKs. Our only option is to do TK, which is, I guess, the next along, so I'm going to go with that. And for TK, we have TJ Klune, The House in the Cerulean Sea. Or I guess I could have picked Under the Whispering Door. I've read this one, I've not read this one, but I picked this one up first, so we will go with this. This, as far as I know, is sort of cozy, whimsical fantasy, I think. I think it's meant to be quite heartwarming. I want to get to it soon. All right, the next prompt is Reverse the page count of this book and find a book with as close to that number of pages as possible. So we have 398, which means we're looking for an 893 page book. Listen, I'm going to say it now, I don't think I've got one. One thing about me is I do not like a long book. If a book is excessively long, there's a good chance I'm not picking it up. Is that unfair? Maybe, but the game's the game. But saying that, we have a few options. So, The Book Thief immediately looks long. Only in the 500s. A Court of Wings and Ruin has got to be quite long. 698, so nearly 700. What about A Little Life? A Little Life is longer, 720. According to my Goodreads, this is the longest book I have read and this is the longest book I am yet to read. So, by that logic, we're going with A Little Life because it's longer. Alright, we have a brick of a book and we're up to prompt 6, which is find a book with the same colour scheme as the book you are currently holding. We have a relatively simple cover. We have mostly white with a little bit of red and I guess like black-brown. I think I'm going to go with One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. We have the mostly white background, the little bit of red writing, a little bit of black. I think it mostly fits. This is a YA like murder mystery and I read this, I'm pretty sure I read this in a 24-hour readathon. Okay, we're on to prompt number 7, which is find a book with the same number of words in the title as your current book, but it must be a different genre. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 5-word title that is not a mystery, I guess. Immediately, literally the first one I saw was Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. This is magical realism meets literary fiction. It could not be more different from One of Us is Lying, and it has 5 words in the title, so I think that is perfect. And this is going to be book number 7, are we on? So the next prompt is go to the acknowledgements and find a book written by an author with the same name as one of the people listed. Let's go to the acknowledgements. Wait, does this book not have acknowledgements? Wait. Oh no, I don't think this book has acknowledgements. I've never had this before. I don't know what to do. Wait, am I just missing it? It doesn't have acknowledgements. I actually don't know what to do now. I've never had this happen before. Okay, I'm gonna pick a different book. So we want a different 5-word title. Okay, we're gonna go for A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. Oh no, that's not really a different genre though. Oh no, okay, this isn't going well. Okay, we're going Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. That is non-fiction and therefore must be a different genre. Okay, I've gone to the acknowledgements. Immediately we have a Claire, that is the first one. Wait, I know what I'm thinking of. Okay, I found it and it's the exact same spelling. I can't be bothered to get it out because it's right at the bottom of the pile, but I will put it on screen, and that is People of Abandoned Character by Claire Whitfield. This book is a historical fiction and it's basically a woman who thinks that she might have accidentally murdered Jack the Ripper. And we are on to prompt number 9. We are flying through these. Find a book with the most opposite cover elements to the one you are currently holding. Well, I'm not holding it, but opposite to People of Abandoned Character, which is very dark, bright white text. It has a few like gold elements. I'm thinking maybe Love Theoretically. It's like so bright, the text is a lot smaller, there are people on the cover, which the other one didn't have, and it's just generally brighter, cozier. It's a very, very different vibe. So I think we're gonna go Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood, which yes, I have still not read. I have still not read. Okay, and prompt number 10 is let a random number generator pick a page in this book and pick a book title with a word from that page and then read it. So this book has 384 pages. Okay, I've pulled up the random number generator. I'm going to do 1 to 384 and that is gonna pick our page. So, can you see that? Are we ready? What is that? 106. So I turn to page 106 and we pick a word off this page to pick the book we're going to read. This is page 106 and let me have a scan to see what I can see. First word I'm seeing is Halloween, but I'm not sure I have any with the word Halloween in. I'm seeing a lot of the word percent, mailbox, crinkle, department. I'm seeing faculty everywhere. Best friends, reappearance, candy, beautiful. None of these words are like jumping out to me as thinking of a book. I have Beautiful World, Where Are You? But I have read that. What else did we have? Percent? Probably not. Nope. Best friends? Have we got anything for friends? We have one very strong option. We could do The Things We Do to Our Friends, which I really want to read. That is a definite option. Nothing for sugar. Nothing for best. Safe? No. Oh gosh, this is looking like we might only have one option. I think we've only got one option. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to read The Things We Do to Our Friends by Heather Derwent. And I will say, I'm actually incredibly excited for this book. I pulled this pretty recently when I was in Edinburgh. I got my hands on this and I've never heard anyone talk about this. I didn't recognise the title or the cover, but I saw it in a charity shop. The title just got me and then I saw the cover and I was like, yeah, that's coming home with me. And it sounds to me a little bit like Bunny. We've kind of got this like outcast going to university. She's never fitted in before and she gets involved with this quite seedy group of friends. And tell me that's not giving Bunny by Mona Award. And if you can't tell, I love that book. So I don't know if they're remotely similar. This is a connection I've made in my head based on not very much, but I think this is the book we're going to be reading in this video. This has actually gone very well. This is the first time that I've done this and got a book that I'm actually very excited for. Normally I get books where I'm kind of like, oh, okay, that wasn't really on my radar. This one I want to read, so I'm excited. Let's get started. I am literally on page 5. I have read the prologue. That is some of the most unhinged writing I have read in a long time. Like, that is disturbing. I'm so excited for this book though.
I'm packing my things to prepare for the summer. Moved into the back house of my landlord's mother. You came on the first night to see what you're missing. Hung out with my roommate, told jokes in the kitchen, then crashed.
I am currently on page 84 of The Things We Do to Our Friends. Tell me why I've stopped one page into a chapter, but I always do. I just want to say that before I had even started this book, when I bought it, I kept saying that this book was giving Bunny by Mona Award based on no information. But guess what? I was kind of weirdly right. Obviously, like, I'd read the blurb, so it makes sense a little bit. It actually really is. Oh, that coffee is cold. That's so sad. It's giving Bunny vibes in the sense that we're following someone who is a bit of an outsider. They come in to this new university, they don't really fit in, and then they meet this group of people who are very tight-knit and very strange. So in that sense, very Bunny, which like you get from the blurb, but it's almost like if Bunny was a little bit less Fever Tree. Not Fever Tree, that's a tonic. Fever Dream. Where did I get that from? I don't even drink gin and tonic. Anyway, because Bunny is very like confusing. It's brilliant and I love it, but it's not for everyone. I think if you liked Bunny, you would like this, but I also think if you liked Bunny but it really confused you and you didn't enjoy that element, because this is like similar but a little bit more comprehensible. And like Bunny's not supposed to be comprehensible, so this is a little bit more like dark academia, but it's still really creepy and weird. And I'm just kind of like obsessed with it. I'm loving the unlikable characters, the kind of character study, the like slightly odd friendship group, all of those dynamics. It's a lot of buzzwords for me. It's a lot of things that I really, really like in a book. I've never had anybody talk about this book, but so far anyway, it could be a 5-star. I'm just saying it could be. It's early doors. It is still the same day. I have a little wee update for you. I am on page 211. So I've read all of that today. I am now just over halfway. I love this book. I love this book. It's one of those books, and I feel like I say it all the time, it's not necessarily going to be for everyone, but I think if you do like unlikable characters, anything that's quite like dark and twisted, character study, female rage, if you like anything even remotely along those lines, give it a try. Give it a try. As I say, it's not going to be for everyone. It's a very like specific book taste. I think if you like Otessa Moshfegh, Emma Cline, those kind of writers, you might like it. Interestingly, I was just looking up this book. It is being marketed as a thriller, at least from what I saw, it's being marketed as a thriller, which I see it, but I also don't. Like, to me, this is litfic through and through. Maybe litfic meets dark academia. I'll be totally honest, I don't really know what dark academia is. That might just be because of the university setting, but it's not necessarily particularly university based. It's more just that that's how they all met. So maybe in that sense it's not, but it just like has the feels of dark academia. But to me it's like a litfic through and through. And if you know me, if you've been here before, that is my favourite genre. Specifically, say it with me, literary fictions about messy women in their 20s. So this is just, it's ticking a lot of boxes for me. Do you know what's also really crazy, which I literally only just realised? This is on my monthly TBR, and it literally didn't even occur to me until today. That's actually just worked out perfectly, that literally the only option for the scavenger hunt was something on my monthly TBR. Like, I don't think that's ever happened before. That just worked out so perfectly. Because I have a like larger than normal monthly TBR. I think I picked 10 books instead of 8, which I don't know why I made that decision, but at least this video is contributing to that list. But I am sadly going to have to call it for today. I have to go to work. You know a book is doing good when you're sad to put it down. But yeah, I've literally read over half this book today, which for me is a bit mental. I'm probably going to end up picking this up again tomorrow, so I'll give you a cheeky update tomorrow.
So I drew on the walls with a crayon, like a kid who can't understand how bad he wants it. The drip in the faucet, I'm not getting back my security deposit.
I just finished this book in 2 days. Yeah. I loved it. I feel like I'm reading such good books at the moment, and this was no different. Is this a 5-star? I think it might be. I think it might be. It's everything that I like in a book, and I said it before and I'll say it again, it is not going to be for everyone, but I honestly think if you like female rage stories, unlikable characters, anything that's like dark, twisted, disturbing, I think if you like that kind of thing, give it a shot. I've never heard of this author. I wonder if she's got anything else. I think this is her debut. I've just looked up on Goodreads. It doesn't look like she has anything else. I cannot wait to see what else this author does. This was published 2023, so I choose to believe something else is coming, maybe, question mark. I hope. I will absolutely pick up something else by this author. It's definitely not the quickest paced plot, and I will say that. As somebody who really enjoys character-driven stories, it is very character-driven. It's not crazy heavy on the plot. But I think the atmosphere and all of the friend dynamics just make it so engaging. Because you really are just following Claire as she's kind of getting sucked in with this group and getting maybe a little bit obsessed with them. You know there's something dark going on in Claire's past. She's kind of like battling with stuff that happened in the past, but trying to keep up with this new group. She's getting further and further in. And if you like kind of car crash stories where somebody just keeps going further and further into something and you're like, just stop, but it's like one of those situations where you can't quite look away. I feel like this is one of those situations, and this gets very dark. I really enjoyed it. Again, I've said it like 7 times, it's not going to be for everyone, but if you do end up picking it up, nobody I know has read this book, so I can't discuss it with anyone. So if you liked it, please tell me, and please discuss it with me. There's actually, I've never seen this before in books, I don't know if it's a thing, but there's reading group questions at the back. I was going to read you some, but I won't. I feel like they contain spoilers to a degree. They're kind of all along the lines of like, what did you think of this character? Why do you think this character acted this way? Oh, there's literally one that says, does this book accurately represent female rage? Love that. I just love books about female rage. It's the same reason I love Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. And if you liked that book, if you liked Bunny by Mona Award, if you like those kinds of things, I'm telling you. And let me know your thoughts. Pick it up and then tell me, because I want people to read this so I can discuss it with them. I think this is a 5-star. I had such a good time with this. I think of all the times I've done this scavenger hunt, this has been my favourite one. I flew through this book, so I don't think I actually updated you that much, but I hope you enjoyed the video nonetheless. Let me know if you want to see me do this again. And as I said at the start, if you have any more prompt ideas, I want to like refresh my scavenger hunt prompts. Please leave them in the comments. And then my idea is I might do a video of all of your guys' prompts. If I get enough, so you have to comment one. Just literally anything. It can be something you've seen from someone else's video. It can be one that you've made up yourself. Half of these are like, I just randomly made them up. go wild. So anything you can think of, leave it down below. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, like the video, all that fun stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. I love you, goodbye!